Now, let's take notice of these things. If you want to create a system, an application for any project at all, there are some things you are supposed to consider. One, every system has different components that comes together to form the system or the application. If you look at mobile phone, for instance, we have the mouthpiece, we have the speaker, we have the screen, we have the chip side, we have a lot of components will come together to form what we call mobile phone. Now, the same logic, if you are creating a system or an application for, let's say, a shop or a family record keeping application or anything, the same system should have different components coming together to form that complete system you are creating. So for instance, if I want to create a system for a shop to be managing their sales or their stocks, the stocks that are coming in and the stocks that are going out, if I want to be monitoring it using a system or an application, there are different applications that components that will come together to give me that particular system. What are the components? For instance, a user will log in into the system. A user is a new member that we must add onto the system. Sometimes, let me say, in the shop that you find yourself, or in the family that you are creating an application for, or even the church, today you have a membership of 10. Tomorrow, if the membership keeps increasing, you will keep adding them onto the system. So we call something normalization, database normalization. You are supposed to make sure that your database is normalized. So with that, your single database, I'm explaining all this, and when I finish, I'll give you that work to do. So you are going to make sure that the user, after entering all the information, will be entered into the database. So listen well. The user who is a new member, or let's say a new staff that we want to add onto the system, at the end of the day has to go into a membership table. Fine. I was also mentioning database normalization. When we say database normalization, it's simply creating, smaller tables or units within your database. Remember, your database can have several tables. One database name, let's say your PHP underscore connect, it can have several tables within that database. So you can have as many as 200 to, like, depending on the work you are doing, you can have several tables. So I can have a table with the name login, and in that table I am just going to verify if the people that are trying to log into the system are members of the system. That is all I will do in the login table. I can have a table called maybe staff, and that table will be used to receive data about all staff. Whether you are new or you are old, your record will be in the staff. Do you understand? I can have a table with the name purchases, and that table will contain information about purchases, the date we bought the item, the price of the item, the supplier of the item, the expiry date of the item, maybe who receives the item. All this information can be in a single table called maybe purchases, and then we will use that one to manage purchases. We can have a single table called, let's say, sales, and we can use that one to also monitor how much product was bought at what date and at what time by which client or by which customer. So you can see that if you are doing, let's say, a system for sales or a shop, you can have, let's say, the login table, the staff table, the purchases table, the sales table. You can even have salary table. You can also have another thing like can you hear me? You can also have another thing like, let's say, salary table. social security table. So you can have several tables. Anthony, welcome. You can have several tables within your database, several tables within your database. So now that we have been able to create just one table with the name login, and we are able to send data into that table, we have not finished. If we want to come up with the project that we are doing, we are going to have several tables within that database. So now, as I was saying from the beginning, as time goes on, we are going to build a system. I'm giving you 3 to 4 minutes. Think and give me a project that you want to build. So we brainstorm on how you begin, and I'll guide you to build it. Now you know how to do the interface. You know how to structure your database. I have given you how to connect the front end to the back end. It's not enough, but you can build on this knowledge. So let's pick a project and start building the project from scratch and see how well we can do it. So giving you 5 minutes, you are thinking about the project you intend to do and then how well we can guide you do it. When we finish, you are going to upload this project into your GitHub account as your first project. The project should be able to allow you to log in. It should be able to allow you to register members. It should be able to also allow you to do certain things depending on what you intend to do. Anthony, you have been late for like 47 minutes, but it's fine. We started 5. It's fine. Let's continue. As for Sophie, she can be online with us till 10 o'clock class. She always chats in the night. Okay, so this is what we are doing. We were trying to connect our database to the PHP front end side. Have you been able to do your own after watching the video? Tony, hello, you are muted. You are muted. Have you been able to do your own after watching the video?